Welcome back to GP Fans as we continue our coverage of the 2022 season here, and Carlos Sainz continues to lament what happened at Imola last weekend. Frustration for the Spaniards, sympathy being shown by the Dutchman to the Spanish driver's teammate Charles Leclerc after his spin, and Aston Martin finally have something to celebrate this season. I'm Ollie Wilson, this is GP Fans. You can follow us on GP Fans Global on Twitter and Instagram as well, and this is everything you need to know in the world of Formula 1 this Tuesday. Carlos Sainz has insisted there was nothing he could have done differently when he and Daniel Ricciardo tussled at the first turn of the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix on Sunday. The Australian driver clipped the rear of the Ferrari's car going through the first corner, spinning Sainz into the gravel and forcing his second retirement in as many races. The McLaren driver has taken responsibility for the incident and sought after Sainz after the race to apologise, but there was a huge element of frustration that the Ferrari driver was unable to perform in front of the Tifosi at one of their home Grand Prix, especially as the Spanish driver had just signed a new contract extension heading into the weekend. For some reason, I think Daniel went into the curb. I left him plenty of space, but I think he must have lost the front of the car and bumped into me with an unlucky situation that I got stuck in the gravel. Nothing I could have done differently there. So huge frustration for Ferrari and Sainz, which was obviously compounded later on by the spin of Charles Leclerc. And talking of that spin, Max Verstappen sympathises with Leclerc after the trouble he found himself in at turn 14 that cost the Monegasque driver a podium finish at Imola. Leclerc was able to pit and recover to finish 6th on Sunday after his spin late on that saw him clipping the barriers, with the Ferrari driver himself saying he was greedy as he tried to hunt down Sergio Perez in second in the final stages of the race before his error. And now Leclerc's title rival Verstappen is showing a little bit of sympathy to the Scuderia man. Of course he was pushing hard to try and fight Checo, said Verstappen, but it is painful. But I think he knows that himself, you know? He doesn't need to hear that from anyone in here. But it is still such a long championship. You can still gain a lot of points. But yeah, it's not great. But you can't change it now. I mean, he doesn't do it on purpose. Somehow, if it was Lewis Hamilton in the same position last year, I'm not sure we would have heard the same sort of words from the Dutchman. But for now, well, long may it last, the amicability between the top two in Formula 1. And finally, Sebastian Vettel feels his 8th place finish on Sunday at Imola felt like a race win for him and Aston Martin. The team picked up their first points of the season, with the German driver outperforming his car in Friday's qualifying, making it into Q3 before navigating the tough conditions on Saturday and Sunday to come away with a top 10 finish. Both he and Lance Stroll finished the weekend in the points, with the Canadian coming in 10th, and they're the first points of what's been a very difficult start to the season, and the German was feeling rather good after his performance. For us, it was like a victory. We are not the fastest at the minute, we are pretty much at the other side of the field, but we did really well, said Vettel. The weekend helped us with the conditions, but we managed to capitalise. We did a great job on calling for the dries, and everybody else then, I think, copied what we did. I was happy even to go a lap before or two. So great news for Aston Martin after their torrid start to the season. It's going to be a battle, perhaps at the bottom it looks like, between them and Williams, but that middle of the pack is still as exciting as it has been in the first few races of the year. Do you think it will stay amicable between Verstappen and Charles Leclerc as we go down through this season? Have Red Bull now got their noses in front of Ferrari in terms of performance and reliability? And of course, Carlos Sainz, can he recover and not become just a number 2 driver at Ferrari this season? Your thoughts in the comments section below, always appreciated. And of course, hit subscribe to stay with us here at GP Fans.